Welcome, Tars here. So the current shard system 50% sucks. I'll explain. The things CIG has right with base building are that bases will be visible on all shards within the region. Players can visit, trade, and with base being visible while you are offline, you don't need to worry about a ship being parked where your base was created or another player building in the same spot, like Fallout 76. But let's talk about the 50% that sucks, which is raiding attacking bases. We do know in regions like Terra and Staten, which are considered green zones under UE protection, and with bases being tied to a single shard adds to another layer of protection. When it comes to attacking bases, the process feels disjointed. Here's a detailed look at the challenges and potential solutions. Let's talk about the Lawless regions. According to Declan,
so if you are in the scenario where your base is in a Lawless area and you haven't secured the planetary shield tech from the previous week's station warfare, then you are open to be raided whether you're online or offline. You can create your own defenses to deter that. You will be able to create your own shielding, which forces them into a ground assault, walls to delay the ground assault, turrets and such. And then it could be the case where they're raiding the base and they don't actually know what's available to loot. They don't know what's in your storage, so it would be wise to occasionally take your valuables out of the Lawless area and haul them back to a more safer spot like Terra or Stanton. But if you find yourself open like that, you can be raided.
this planetary tech feature sounds like it might be part of a new event or weekly challenge in the future. The main thing I took away from this, it sounds like the base will be invulnerable to attacks if you secure this type of shield. Now, if it is invulnerable, what is the duration of this protection? And they didn't specify how long that would be, because that would be crucial detail that could impact gameplay significantly. Same shard requirements. To raid or attack a player's base, you need to be on the same shard. This adds an extra layer of challenge and strategy, as players will need to coordinate their efforts and potentially server hop to engage in raids. Let's dive deeper into server hopping. But first, that's if you're able to make it into the same shard, meaning if the shard is at capacity during peak times, you potentially won't be able to attack the base altogether with your friends or org. Also, if there are like 100 shards, good luck. You'll be spending hours trying to get on the same shard at that point. Now, once you finally made it on the same shard, will the current strategy be loading up your ship and players, logging out planetside close to the base you want to raid, or will it be a potential exploit with LTP where the player or org goes in to disarm attack from within a base? However, there are considerations and potential restrictions to prevent abuse. Proximity restrictions. There might be rules preventing players from logging out too close to another player's base to avoid giving attackers an unfair advantage. Shard assignment. Players are assigned to specific shards, and switching shards might require moving to a different region first. Offline protection. If offline players have secured the planetary tech, their bases are safe. Without it, their bases remain vulnerable, which introduces an element of risk for those who can't be online constantly. Large structures. The substantial investment, maybe take about a couple of weeks, maybe months, in building large structures like outposts and refineries means that players will want robust protections. However, this can make raiding, attacking bases a more complex and potentially frustrating endeavor. While these mechanics aim to balance protection and engagement, they do add a layer of complexity and might deter some players from participating in base attacks. Ensuring that there are clear, rewarding incentives and manageable strategies for both defenders and attackers will be key to keeping the gameplay engaging and fair. In conclusion, from what it looks like to me is that CIG might be trying to improve upon Rust's game mechanics. Since Rust is regarded as a benchmark for many survival base building games and cultivates the type of persistent and immersive gameplay, Star Citizen could consider the following adjustments and enhancements to their current implementation. Persistent characters. Character persistence ensures that players' characters remain in the world even when they log off. Similar to Rust, this would add a layer of realism and continuous interaction. Comprehensive defense mechanisms. Scaling defenses, depending on how many players attack a base, will scale the complexity, difficulty, range, and damage of the base defenses when a player is offline. Hail to a player's base ATC allows certain radius from a player's base to hail the ATC to land at their base. As a temporary solution, it turns into an armistice zone when approved to land, but if they don't contact the ATC for approval to land, they will be considered hostile, and the same with ground vehicles. Cloaking tech. This one is obvious. I don't think this was discussed other than Loke talking about camouflage for a hunter's base.
So, for example, a hunter's lodge, you might want to tint it in a specific way with the buildings and so on, so that it blends nicely into the environment, so that it doesn't stand out or get any attention of other bypassers flying by.
Next, strategy vulnerabilities. Planetary tech refined the planetary tech to offer limited time protection or require periodic maintenance, making it a strategic asset rather than an impenetrable barrier. Offline protection windows. Consider offering limited quote-unquote safe periods after logging off to prevent immediate attacks, but with a cooldown to avoid abuse. Server and shard management. Dynamic shard allocation. Improving this system for dynamically assigning players to shards, ensuring smoother transition and fair opportunities for raiding or defending bases. Shard cohesion. Implement features that make it easier for players, groups, orgs to stay within the same shard, especially during high traffic times. Incentivize raiding and defense. Event-driven raiding. Introduce special events or challenges that encourage raiding and defending, making these activities more dynamic and engaging. Player collaboration and conflict. Collaborative building encourages players to work together to build and defend larger, more complex bases. This would foster a sense of community and shared goals. Conflict resolution. Offer tools for players to negotiate, form alliances, or declare wars, adding a layer of diplomacy and strategy to the gameplay. Reputation impact on base raiding and defending. Reputation-based attacks like target selection. High reputation players may find themselves targeted by rival factions or players seeking to gain notoriety. Reputation rewards. Successfully raiding a base belonging to a high reputation player could yield higher rewards but come with greater risks. Defense reputation benefits. Allied support players with high reputation could call for reinforcements from allied NPCs or factions to help defend their base. Bonus rewards. Defending your base successfully could grant reputation points, leading to bonuses and better missions. Reputation-driven diplomacy. Negotiation options. Players with high reputation might have the option to negotiate truces or alliances to protect their bases. Reputation penalties. Attacking a base without provocation could harm your reputation, making you a target for other players or factions. In-game economy influence. Trade and supplies. High reputation could grant you access to better trade deals and supply lines, ensuring your base is well stocked and defended. Resource allocation. Reputation could affect how resources are allocated for base upgrades and defenses. Dynamic events. Faction events. Your reputation could trigger dynamic events such as faction wars or special missions where base raiding and defense play crucial roles. Reputation-driven challenges, special challenges, or missions could be unlocked based on your reputation, providing unique gameplay experiences. Example scenario. Imagine you have a high reputation base. Your success in defending it against a significant raid boosts your reputation further, unlocking exclusive missions from vendors. Simultaneously, your actions attract the attention of rival factions, increasing the strategic depth of your gameplay. The system encourages players to consider their actions carefully and strategically, manage their reputation to gain advantages, and navigate challenges. By integrating these features, Star Citizen could enhance its base building and raiding mechanics, making them more immersive, strategic, and engaging. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.